In the last video, I got the Platinum Trophy for the original How to Train Your Dragon game, and now I'm back to do the same in the sequel. There were only 35 trophies to get this time, and the game had a 4 out of 10 difficulty estimate with a minimum of 5 playthroughs. The intro cutscene explained that this game was about an event called the Dragon Games, only this time the contests required skills other than brute force and holding the block button. However, there was no true story mode. How to Train Your Dragon 2 focused solely on collecting collectibles and playing events. Collectibles included character tokens, Viking statues, and scenic perches. The events were just what made up the trainings and tournaments of the Dragon Games. Sort of a strange concept for a game, but it made my Platinum plan an incredibly simple 4 phases. Collect stuff, win stuff, paint, and revenge. There was a real quick flying tutorial that took me 3 tries, and this was a fire sprint event that I got a gold medal on, and there were plenty more where this came from. For now though, I stuck to the plan and initiated phase 1, collect stuff. To start, I needed to pick from one of the 5 starting dragons: Toothless, Stormfly, Meatlug, Barf and Belch, and Hookfang. There were 250 character tokens to collect between them, and there was a trophy after every 50. While I was getting those, I'd be making some pretty substantial progress towards the Dragon Whisperer trophy for flying as each dragon for 2 hours. The first dragon I played as was Toothless, and I learned that these tokens wouldn't be too hard to find since they made a noise when I got close to them.
That was perfect.
Once I found the 50th, and I came across a few scenic perches and Viking statues along the way. I switched to Stormfly and Astrid to find the next 50. Getting these wasn't too much of a hassle, aside from the fact that Astrid aggressively yelled,
"Like the wind, let's fly!"
every couple seconds. Then I got Meatlug's tokens as fish legs, and moved on to Rough Nut and Tough Nut, where I found the last scenic perch to get Perch Explorer. And Tough Nut actually asked the perfect question here.
Exactly how long do we have to sit here?
Because sitting on this perch for 5 minutes would unlock another trophy. When I left, I grabbed the rest of the tokens for their dragon. As soon as I left the hangar as Hookfang, I got the trophy for playing as every dragon. Then I found and lit the last Viking statue I needed to unlock Stoic and his dragon Skullcrusher. I found them down here in this cave, and then secured the last of the tokens. With those 268 collectibles off the board, I moved on to the last type, the Golden Terrible Terror Dragons. There were 15 of these, and one would spawn on the map every 10 minutes or so, but I found a way to skip that wait. All I did was change characters so the game would save, back out to the menu, then hit continue. When I loaded back in, a new Terrible Terror was there every time. Catching all 15 dragons unlocked a secret challenge called the Northern Lights Sprint, and there were 3 trophies this race gave me the ability to get. First was light speed, just for completing it, even though I got smoked. I won the rematch though, and did it in under 1:30, unlocking Valka and her dragon Cloud Jumper, and the trophies Unlock the Warrior and Shooting Star. Moving into phase 2, win stuff, I played the parts of the game that were as close to a story as we're gonna get. The 36 training and tournament events that, like I showed in the tutorial, had medals. There was a trophy for getting gold on all 16 trainings, another for getting gold in all 20 tournament events, and one for getting all 36 gold medals in total. I started learning how to train my dragons with a blazing shot event where I needed to hit these Viking cutouts. Once I got 2400 points, I got a gold medal and the Good Eye trophy for getting a perfect score. Next I did a dragon sprint where I flew through all these green fire rings. Getting this done in 1 minute and 26 seconds got me another gold medal. Then I replayed the fire chase event from the tutorial, which I already had the gold medal for, but flew through the 20 rings one more time. The last training event type was called Sweep the Sheep. This was kinda like Flying Shepherd from the first game, where I grabbed sheep and dropped them in the pen. For returning 12, I got gold medal number 4. Completing those 4 trainings started the first event, Wings of Berk. These tournaments consisted of 5 events, each with their own medals too. The first, third, and fifth were warrior rallies, multi-lap races through different courses. The second was Hot Shot, where I had to hit targets for points, and the fourth was called Dragon Race. This also had to do with grabbing sheep. In the first rally, I used the Dragon Blitz ability on 4 opponents in 30 seconds, and in the third, I got a cheap shot on Astrid when she fell off Stormfly. Then, for winning the tournament, I got another trophy before heading into the next 4 training events. I did these as Astrid, and they started to get a lot easier as I learned how they worked. And just like that, I was able to enter Tournament 2, Meridian of Misery, where I sniped this guy from 200 meters away.
Perfect.
And won gold in all 5 events. Then I quickly got the next 4 training golds as fish legs and got access to the Thor's Playground tournament. When this rally started, I dropped back and used Meatlug's ability to hit 2 or more targets with 1 shot. Right before I secured 5 more gold medals and won. Now it was down to the last 4 trainings, meaning when I got the gold medals in Blazing Shot, Dragon Sprint, Fire Chase, and Sweep the Sheep this time, I got 2 trophies. As Rough Nut and Tough Nut, I entered the Crown of the Alpha tournament, where, in the first Warrior rally, I hit 3 racers with 1 Fire Boom attack, and 1 for the 16th gold tournament medal. Then I locked in and just barely secured first in the Hot Shot challenge for the 17th. In Warrior Rally 2, I deflected 2 fireballs with a single spin, before getting gold medal 18. And I went crazy gathering these farm animals until I had enough sheep to get number 19. In the third Warrior Rally, I hit the other riders 10 times without missing for Super Shot. And by the time I got the 20th and final gold medal, I grabbed 4 more trophies. Got Taking the Gold for getting gold on all tournaments. Ultimate Dragon Rider for getting gold on all trainings and tournaments. Like a Jorgensen for completing all tournaments, and Rough Nut and Tough Nut win for winning a tournament as Rough Nut and Tough Nut. Getting into Phase 3, Paint, there were only a few more trophies standing between me and the Platinum. Okay, so the 3 trophies I'm going for now are Fearsome, Skin in the Game, and Master of Disguise. And they all have to do with the dragon's racing paints. Basically, each dragon has a different visual style, and I have to unlock it by just participating in each of the tournaments as every dragon. I don't even have to win, I just have to play them. I only had to replay 3 tournaments as everyone but Snotlout, because for some reason, there were 5 characters and only 4 tournaments. Okay, so I just finished the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th tournaments as Hiccup, and I unlocked the racing paint. There it is. Let's fly out here. Looks pretty cool. And there's the trophy Fearsome for unlocking the first one. Here is Stormfly's racing paint. Here's Meatlug's. This is Barf and Belch. There we go, Skin in the Game for having every race paint. And now there's one more. The Master of Disguise trophy requires me to now fly as every dragon with their racing paint equipped. So here's Toothless, Stormfly, Meatlug, Barf and Belch, and Hookfang. There we go, Master of Disguise. And during those tournaments, I accumulated the rest of the 2 hours I needed as all the dragons. I saved a very special trophy for last. So special, in fact, that I dedicated an entire phase to unlocking it. Basically, the entire story of the first How to Train Your Dragon game revolved around Snotlout's defeat in the opening tournament. It drove him to steal, sabotage, and even discover a completely new type of dragon, all in an attempt to secure victory in the championship. Despite everything, he still ended up embarrassed a second time. But in this game, things would be different. Snotlout's fate would be different. The trophy I saved to unlock with the Platinum was Snotlout Win for winning a tournament as Snotlout. Not only would Snotlout win a tournament, but he'd win a Platinum trophy as well. And I did it all in the first tournament. I started by sweeping the competition in the first Warrior Rally, destroying 21 points worth of targets in Hot Shot, winning the second rally, returning more sheep to my base than any other racer, and finally winning the third rally. And 5. There we go, winning as Snotlout and the Platinum Trophy for How to Train Your Dragon 2. As for my thoughts on this unique How to Train Your Dragon sequel, it felt one-dimensional among all else. Its lack of an actual story made it difficult to understand why I was participating in the things I was. I mean, yeah, the trophies, but there should be more to it than that. Honestly, I don't think it's as bad as the reviews made it out to be. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't even come close to the first game, but I wouldn't necessarily call it bad. It was good in its own ways. It was more weird than bad, which is what it says in the title. Thank you so much for watching, and if you saw the first part of this series too, thank you double. I really hope you enjoyed both of these videos, especially since they were so fun to record. And if you have any suggestions for games I should platinum going forward, please let me know in the comments. Hope you have a great day, see you in the next one, peace out.